What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, we're going to go through the first 20 tips and tricks that you should set for your Tesla Model Y. Now, I specifically have the Model Y Performance, but still, basically everything I talk about should be across the line of all the Teslas pretty much. So if there's something that I've set that you didn't know about, maybe you can check and see if yours has it. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so the first thing you're probably going to want to do is probably set up a profile, especially if multiple people are driving this car. Me and my wife are driving this car, so we have multiple profiles. So what you're going to do is tap up here, and all you're going to do is go into driver profile settings. So hit that little gear, and then here's where you can add a new driver. You would hit the plus sign, type in the driver's name, and create the profile so that everything that you do will end up saving to that profile the way you have it set up in the car. And then when you want, if you want to train, once you have multiple profiles set up, just tap the name and then just tap the other person. My wife's name is Michelle, so if I wanted hers, I would just tap Michelle, and that would be go into all of her settings, the steering wheel, the seats, the mirrors, everything. Next thing you want to do is tap the car down here at the bottom left. This will bring you into settings. Under controls, if you have kids, you probably want to set the child lock and potentially the window lock. But under child lock, you can set it for both doors or just the left and the right. We have it set to the right due to my son being sitting in the right. We don't want him to open the door. Not that he would, but in case he did, it will lock that door from being opened while we're driving. Next is if you want to control your mirrors and steering wheel, all you do is tap on mirrors right here, and it tells you right here on the steering wheel right here, you're just going to move this thing left and right. So there you go. I'm going to move this little wheel right here, and you can see it's going to change the way the mirror looks and sees. And you're like, you know what? I love that. All you'd have to do at that point would be to hit save, or you can go to the right window and do the same thing, change it on that same controller I showed you on the steering wheel. When you're done, hit save. Same thing with the steering wheel. Tap the steering wheel, and you're going to use that left and right here. You can move it up, down, left, right, whatever you want. Very easy to do. If you don't like what you did, just like on the mirror, I didn't do it, but you can hit restore, and it'll restore it back to your settings that you had. So very, very easy stuff. Next is pedals and steering. This is where if you have the performance mode or the regular Model Y, you can drive in either chill mode or sport mode. Chill mode, you should get more mileage, more range, whereas sport's going to drive a lot faster, a lot zippier. If you have the regular Model Y, that sport will say standard, but it will still drive faster than chill. Same thing with steering mode. Steering mode, if you want like that sporty feel, it's going to be a little tighter steering. Choose that. Standard, and then comfort. I always drive in comfort. I'm used to like just a regular car kind of drive, so that's what I choose. Stopping mode, it's probably already set to this, but if you like more of a traditional roll or a creep like a car would have, you can change it to that. Like that's like when you stop the car. I set it to hold because now I'm used to it, but basically when you let go of the gas, it already starts slowing the car down a really ton of a lot. So that would be set to hold, but otherwise if you don't like that, you can choose one of these other creep or hold. Next, go to charging. If you go into charging and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see schedule. If you want to set a schedule for yourself, you can, so that it only charges at certain times that maybe have better rates in the middle of the night or something like that. You can get it so that it will charge then. Next, go into autopilot. Now, autopilot isn't just settings for where you're letting the car drive itself. There's some other stuff in here as well. So one of the major things in here is the ability to automatic blind spot camera. So basically what that does is it shows the side repeater camera when you turn your signals on. So when you turn your blinker on left or right, it'll automatically show on, you can see right there, it's showing it. I'll put it on right. So it turns that on. So it kind of gives you a blind spot monitoring. I turn that on. I love that. Also blind spot collision warning chime. This doesn't work so great for me. I'm hoping they can upgrade it, but basically it's supposed to warn you if there's a car on your left or right that you potentially can't see, and it'll like beep in the car, beep, 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 beep. So that's something right there you might want to turn on or off. Scrolling down more within the autopilot, you have forward collision warning. I set it to early. It's going to warn me more so aggressively, really, if I'm about to hit something on the front. And then the lane departure avoidance, You can set that to off, which I just showed you that setting ago, but you can turn that off, or you can have the warning, or you can have it actually assist you automatically. I like doing the warning. I don't want it to assist me because sometimes it's hard to get it out of that, so that's why I keep that at warning only. And then some other cool ones I have all turned on down here, and you might as well too, but the emergency lane departure avoidance, you have automatic emergency braking, obstacle aware acceleration, and traffic aware cruise control chime. I'm not going to show it, but if you go into locks, you can set up your phone in here. This is where you would add your phone key when you're ready to do. You just hit the plus sign, grab your regular card key, put it towards the middle, right in front of the cup holders, and then go in here and it would basically sync up with your phone. Next, go into display, and this is where you can change the appearance. So I right now I have it set to auto, but if you want it to always be light, no matter if it's day or night, it will be light, but otherwise you can set it to dark mode, which I actually like a lot, and I might keep it at this, but for now, we'll set it back to auto, and that's what auto looks like. You can also control the brightness. It's set to auto, but if you want, you can turn auto off, and you can control it to however you want it to be, whatever brightness you want it at, basically, you can do that. I usually just keep it to auto. Something cool, if you're looking how to clean the screen, you'll see screen clean mode. If you tapped on that, you probably can't see it potentially, but I can see here it's pretty fingerprinty. When I'm done cleaning the screen with a cloth of some sort, I can hold it to exit and it will go back into the screen mode. So very, very helpful with that. If you speak a different language, you can change the touchscreen, voice, and voice navigation languages to another language. This is where you can also change the time from 12-hour to 24-hour, change your energy displays if you want to do percentage or display. You can also just tap here if you want to see the different ones without having to go into that setting. You also can change your temperature settings, your tire pressures. Next, go into navigation. I'll show you this in a minute, but you can set favorites in there. And I've been forgetting to turn this off. So automatic navigation, it's going to automatically route to home, work, or next calendar event upon entry. So I'm going to turn that off. What that does basically is that stops you from automatically, I drive my son to school. I work from home, so I don't need to get navigated to anywhere home. So it ends up navigating me to my wife's work because that's what I have set for my work, long story short. So I'm going to turn that off, but you can have that automatically set to bring you home or to work. You also have your settings down here to avoid certain things when it's using the navigation on board. If you want to avoid ferries or tolls, or trolls, or if you want to use HOV lanes. Safety, if you want to allow mobile access to your car, you can turn that on or off. I keep it on so that way I can view the cameras on my car, stuff like that. And I'll do a separate video of things you can do within the app, the Tesla app. But anyways, yeah, you can turn it on right there. You also have your ability to set a speed limit mode. So if your son or daughter's using your car, you can set it so they can only go a certain speed if you turn that on. Maybe you don't want them to go faster than 70. You can do that. Really, really cool stuff. Sentry mode is a cool one. I don't really use it, but if you turn it on because it does use some battery, basically it's going to record things that go on around your car when it's parked, using it as your car as security, all the cameras on your car as a security camera, and record all that stuff, and it gets saved to the drive on your car. This is the other one I was talking about where you can view the live camera on the mobile app. I have it turned on so that I can do that if need be. Dashcam, you can have it automatically record certain events, or you can also do it when it honks. So if you honk the horn, it'll automatically record your dash camera, which is the camera in the front. It will record things going on there. Also within security, you can turn your security alarm on or off. Park assist chimes on or off, meaning like if you're getting too close to something, it'll tell you. Joe mode reduces the sound of everything. So if the kids are sleeping in the car, you can click on that and like your blinkers would be less. All the sounds that happen in the car will just be a lot less. Cabin overheat protection. I have it turned on currently, but it does use some battery life. Basically what it does is if it gets really hot in the car, it'll automatically turn my AC on to a certain extent and keep it kind of cool in here so that when I do get in, it's all set to go. If you tap on service, you can see the owner's manual, car wash mode, you can turn that on. You can go into towing mode, all these different modes that you can go into no matter what situation you're going into. If you go into software update, you might have a software upgrade. You can come in here and check that. Upgrades, if you tap on that, you can come in here and sign up for premium connectivity subscription, which I have right now free for a month, so that's why it's asking me to sign up for it. But I'll do the full year because it's $100 versus $10 a month, so you can sign up right within this app. Some other helpful things in here are, what if you want to connect via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi? Well, first, Bluetooth is right here. You can tap on Bluetooth. I have Bluetooth turned on. I can come in here and I can forget a device. I can disconnect it, or I can add a new device if I have like another phone I want to add via Bluetooth. If you want to connect to Wi-Fi, you're going to tap on the Wi-Fi button up here. It's going to search for all the Wi-Fi networks nearby. Tap on it, type in the password, and it will connect to Wi-Fi no matter where you are within relation to that Wi-Fi network. I did mention maps, so if you want to add special points or look for things, tap on where it says navigate, and you can search for an address or a point of interest right here, and it'll bring it up, and then you tap on it and you get directions, or you can set certain things. You got your favorites here. You can go into favorites, and favorites will appear when you tap when viewing a place or a map. You can go into charging, and it'll bring up any chargers that are fairly nearby to me that I can charge at. Two more things, if you want to add or rearrange these icons down here, what you do is you can press and hold. So for instance, if I want this to go somewhere, see I didn't want it there, I can press and hold it, and I can drag it up here and it'll go away, or I can drag it over here and move it around. Or if I want to bring one of these down, maybe I want to bring down streaming, I can press and hold on that, and I can bring it down here and it'll remove whatever one I had, because you can only put, I think it's 5. But that's how you would do it, and then just let it go, and it will save it for you. If you have your AC going, you can tap on it, and this is where you can control it. You can change it from the rear to the front. You can set it to auto. You can turn it on and off right there. You can go like this and change how it's directed at you. If you want to be a little bit more spread out or right in front of your face or whatever, you can do that over here. Also, you can control the volume right here if you want for your audio. Just tap that. You can also do it right here when you're driving. You have audio on. You can, use that little wheel. So if you want to play videos in your car, just press this little movie button. If you don't see that movie button on your screen, you can tap the 3 dots and look for it here. But ultimately, it's literally just pressing on it, and you can watch pretty much whatever you want. If I want to watch YouTube, I can just tap YouTube. It will ask you to sign in, so remember that. But otherwise, you're good to go. You can start watching something, whatever you want to watch. So I'll bring up my channel real quick. I'll play a video. It plays through the LTE, so you do need that subscription, the $10 a month or the $100 a year. For a foldable phone. But it will play the videos really, really high quality. I can see them decreasing. And you can make it full screen by tapping on it. When you don't have as bright a display. So it's pretty freaking cool. You can probably make the phone be a little less expensive as well, due to the fact that it doesn't have to push out as much. Now, one thing I had trouble with before I figured out, if you want to get out, tap the screen up here, and then you're going to see the X. Tap the X, and that's for all the videos up here, so any video service that you're in. There's also an ability to play video games. Tap the 3 dots. You can go into arcade, and there's some free games in here that you can play. Now, one thing to know is if you do want to play these games, you will need most likely a controller, so you're going to have to hook up a USB-C controller. You can plug it in here as 2 USB ports, 2 USB-C ports in there, so you'd have to get some kind of controller that'll be able to do that, and you can play these games. You can install them if need be. And then also remember, if you hit those 3 dots, everything else is pretty much in here as well, besides the settings I showed you that are over here. You can go into your radio, your Bluetooth, your streaming, your karaoke if you want to sing in the car, title music, your browser. There's a web browser in there that you can search things on as well. So there you guys go. That is my first 20 or so tips and tricks that you should set up when you get your Tesla. If I missed something, let me know in the comments down below. I know there's so much that you can do with this. I'll show on a separate video the app and some of the things that you can do within the app as well. But there's like so much that you can do with this. There's so many hidden things as well, but I think those are like some of the most important things. Also, don't forget when you go into like theater mode, which you can only watch videos and things when you're parked. Make sure you have to sign into those apps. Same thing with Spotify, you have to sign into it. But yeah, there you guys go. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.